how women want men to get attached. This is not the definition of a healthy relationship. Yet, to understand healthy, we have to understand disorder. For comprehending what healthy is, you have to be aware of the unhealthy. So it's not a confirmation that all relationships are unhealthy and not all relationships are healthy. I want you, Isaac, not to have a sense, not to have a sense of measuring what healthy is. For that will limit you, also controls Isaac to becoming his best self. Before I tell men something that most of you are going to be pissed with it, let's make one thing clear, because I know this information, I'm very 100% that it's going to make 99.9 of you men to be pissed. Maybe you will be disappointed. I don't know how you will take it. But let's make one thing clear so that when you get pissed, you know the truth as it is. Where there is psychological attention, hear me again, where there is psychological attention, there is division. Any psychological attention means your analyzation, your thought about something you are observing, you are looking, you are experiencing, you are spending time with, you are talking to, you are looking at, you are analyzing it in a psychological way, so it has a psychological attention. Anything that has a psychological attention, there is division. When there is division, there is what? Conflict. As far as you tell yourself, I shouldn't do this, I should do that, I shouldn't be this, I should be that, I shouldn't think about this, I should think about that, I shouldn't be acting this way, I should act this way because this will give me these results. As far as there is that conflict, that is when unhealthy comes in. So where there is psychological attention, there is division, which equals to conflict, which equals to unhealthy, which equals to control, which equals to deceit, which equals to what? The controller having the power over you, Isaac, for your head as psychological attention. Why do you always think that maybe you just need to try a little bit hard? That is a psychological attention. And when you try a little bit hard, she has the power, she has the control over you. Now, let me give you information that maybe it will piss you off. I want you to love Hannah without expecting anything from her. For that is the only way to have peace. No. Listen to me, Isaac. The truth will reveal itself as you love. Hannah can only control you, Isaac, when you are dependent on her. As far as she knows, giving you sex, pleasing you in a sexual way, is something you expect because you love her. That is enough proof for her to control you. Once she is controlling you, she's doing every task, every behavior in a psychological structure. So once she's controlling you to behave and act in a certain way, there is division. Where there is division, because you have to become a certain person to deserve her, for you are dependent on her, and when you are dependent on her, then she has the power. There is conflict. That is unhealthy. You can never be happy. Now, this is the one thing that you need to always be aware of. Where there is a certain situation of you dependent on Hannah, being dependent on Hannah fully, fear arises, anxieties, uncertainty, jealousy, for you are fully dependent on her. So, I know you will say, but I can't just love her without expecting something from her. I can't just do that. That is the thought itself. It's doing that to your own thinking, and it's not you. Now, I will reframe your mind so that you can be ahead of women, for them not to manipulate you or control your thought, so that it can be an unhealthy relationship. Can you live in a mind of nothingness? Nothingness. Because that is where peace is. Can you do that? Nothingness means without the thought itself. Without the movement of thought. Because where there is thought, there is what? Division. Where there is division, there is conflict. Where there is conflict, there is what? There is what? Unhealthy. Now, I want you to think with me in this state. And I want you to understand this. You can still have no movement of thought, yet experience the sensations, the feelings. She's around, you feel in a certain way. You observe without analyzation, so you're not introducing a thought in your mind. For the thought itself is what will cause you to act in a certain way subconsciously, in a tonality and in a nuanced way, which gives her power to the thought that she has, because her thought thinks that when she acts in a certain way, it will influence you to act in a certain way so that you can earn her. And your action will be subconscious, for it is being influenced by the movement of the thought itself. Am I complicating things for you, men? Do you know why I am not using hypergamy and survival? Because for women, hypergamy and survival, those state of being are being influenced by their thoughts. And the only way for you as Isaac to be ahead and have a healthy relationship with Hannah is your thought not controlling you and not introducing that movement of thought when she is in existence. And that puts a stop to her thought, thinking that when she acts in a certain way, it will influence you to also act in a certain way. For that is not how you are supposed to live. If you want a healthy relationship, it doesn't mean that you won't experience the sensation, the feelings, or see her. The thing is, you won't just analyze her ass, her teeth, her smile, her face. For the thought can only be in your mind when you are analyzing a situation. That is why I tell men to observe without analyzation, listen without analyzation. And you often say, how can I respond to her question, to her words, when I can't analyze her words? The thing is, when you are in a state of being, your thought should make a decision on what is and not analyze what she wants. That is what she told you. It's what she needs. Can you do it? Don't analyze it. Can you do that? You can't. Then you can't. Maybe you need better understanding, for you don't understand what she is communicating. You can't gain clarity. Don't analyze it yourself. Allow her to explain to you what she wants, for that explanation will broaden up what she really wants, because what she thinks she wants might not be what she wants, for she is also being influenced by the thought itself, and that removes unhealthy. Women are always ahead psychologically, for they are most of the time influenced by the thought. Oh, I saw that cup right there. Then someone used it. No, it's just still a clean cup. Why introduce the thought someone used it? Why? Oh, it looked like a clean cup, then no one used it. No. Why introduce the unknown? Or why fear the unknown? You just want to have a conclusion. Why can't you just accept it as it is? I'm not sure if it's clean or if it's not clean. Let me just wash it again so that I can use it again. Am I even communicating anything to men? Or am I just talking to myself? You know, I might be preaching to myself. Yet, the thought is telling me that I am communicating a message. I know you will say, but sometimes I'm not even thinking about anything. I remove the thought itself, but then I just have a feeling. Maybe it's the feeling attracted to her. Maybe there are certain feelings that lack verbal words to express. Maybe they are the feelings of pleasure. But just ask yourself, why did you experience those feelings? Did you think about something when you saw her? Let's assume you never thought about anything, right? Can you still experience the same feelings, okay? Can you still experience the same feelings when, remember, when she won't be around? That is what now will give you clarity of what you are experiencing and if those feelings are genuine feelings. For you can only be aware of your own emotions differently when you can experience a feeling without a thought itself. You can again think about the thought and it can ignite in it itself for the thought led it to, for the thought influenced you to feel in that manner. Because sometimes you might start feeling in a certain way because you thought about her. You remember the feelings she caused you. The emotions and feelings are resurfacing. And if, again, you can feel those feelings that lack words to express, don't do anything to get rid of those feelings. Like, I feel in a certain way and maybe I need a woman to please me. Don't look for a lady to please you. Just be in that state of being. Today, after 1 week, after 1 month, and get used to feeling in that state. Pleasure is not a sin, but let's experience the feeling of being in that state first, so that in the near future, when you get yourself a lady and then you date her, you don't date her because in return she is pleasing you in a sexual manner. For you will be giving her power to control you. We are trying to remove the thought of her existence makes me feel in a certain way, so you end up giving her power. So we have to experience that state of being in different stages, different movements, different levels, multiple times, so that even when she decides to walk away, you know that you've ever experienced that state of being and you know how to deal with it. For that is a normal feeling. And no one needs to please you so that you can get rid of that feeling in your body. But if you look around and she's around, you can have a sense of enjoying the pleasure, yet not labeling it as, every time I have this feeling, I need to look for a lady to please me so that I can get rid of this feeling. For that gives you power. And that is how women want you to get attached to them. Like everything. So you are conditioning your mind that when you feel in a certain way, you must look for a lady to help you get rid of that feeling in your body. For it's not a good feeling. Am I making myself clear? Like, am I communicating something? Or you're just listening and you're not even understanding anything? I don't want you to understand the logical words and the logics. I want you to understand the truth as it is. The moment you condition your mind to give power to that lady, for when you feel in a certain way, even when she's not around, you have to get yourself another lady so that she can get rid of that feeling. That is when you are conditioning yourself to operate on that habit, on that character, and you eventually become a certain object that will end up pleasing women who want to have fantasies with you. And you are an object they can just use when they want to use, but you are not the right guy they can commit to, for you only fit for fantasies and not potential partners. It's just a state of being. It will pass on its own. Get used to that. And you will see women coming back for you. Are you a new member? Welcome on board. Enjoy.